So today on Rob's Aquarium Tips, I'm going to show you how I change the media in my Phosban reactors. I changed my activated carbon and my Rowa Phos, and I'll show you how I go about doing it and what's involved. So first, I turn off the main pump, which is down there, and I let the water drain out of the system. It takes a few minutes, not too long. Once I start getting the air coming up, then I know it's pretty much ready. Place a bucket here so I can drain out and filter it out, because there'll be a lot of dust in the carbon and in some of the Rowa as well, the phosphate remover. So what I've set up here is a system. When I turn off the main pump, I can drain out the water into a bucket so I can do, I guess, some purging of the units. So I get the last little bit. I turn off the main lines that go. You see I have the main line running here that gets pumped up from the main pump down here, and it comes up, and I have it go to the tank upstairs, but then it also comes across and goes into the reactors. So then I disconnect the reactors carefully. So there's one, that's my Rowa. And take it over to the sink. Take the lid off. Something good to have in your sink is a strainer, so that anything that goes down accidentally into the sink, you can catch it with the strainer. Alright, so I remove the lid, place everything. Let's see. First, I'll drain out the water. Now I'll dump everything into a garbage bag, because I don't want to be careful not to put it down the sink. Make sure the bag doesn't have any holes, which this one does. So I have to get a new bag. Okay, so this bag doesn't have any holes in it. So then I take it, I dump everything into the bag. I try and be as careful as I can without getting any of this media down into the drain, because especially the Rowa can actually clog up your drains quite bad. So what I'll do is I'll rinse it out. Again, I don't want to put any of the media down the sink, or as little as possible. So I'll dump it into a container so I can dispose of it later. And I'll rinse this out a few times. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be any media. Next, I take a little brush. These are handy to have just to clean out and I dry it off so it's not so slippery. Okay, so that one's clean. Now I will also clean out the rest of it. Just give it a quick cleaning. Just because you get a bit of slime build up and stuff. It's good to clean it out. These little circular filters can get filled up with some of the small particles of Rowa, so I clean them out as best I can too. So now I'll clean this out. I'll clean this. It seems to be not too bad. Here's another little handy tool for cleaning out some of the tubes and pipes that you might have. I'm putting it in backwards. You can see it cleans it out a little bit. For long tubes that are hard to access, you feed in the small end through, then you can just pull it through. Okay, and just give it a pull through, and that'll help clean it too. I can't remember where I got these. They came with something that I purchased. I can't remember. Came with some filter system that I bought. Okay, so those are clean. So you can see all the Rowa sitting on the bottom, so I drain off some of the water. Careful not to drain any of the media. Then I can clean out the last filter, which is usually heavily clogged with small pieces of Rowa. This will take a little longer. Okay, so that's clean now. Just put that aside. So what I do is, instead of dumping all this Rowa media somewhere, I'll drain out as much of the water as I can without getting any media. Then I'll put it into a bucket that you can see has media from the previous times, and fill it up. And then over time, when I come back to do my next reactor chamber changes, the media will have all settled. I can drain it off and continue. And when this gets so full of media that I can't use it anymore, then I'll dispose of this. I'll take it to the dump and dispose of it. Okay. So everything's clean now. So I place a bit of tape over top of the tube, because I don't want media going down, because this is where the water will flow down through here and then go into the bottom and then displace up. So I don't want media getting clogged into there, so I put that so that when I add my media, it doesn't clog it. Normally I have a net here with a long handle. I'll use this one, but I guess one of the kids is taking it. Okay, so now that's there. So now I'll add a bit of media. So I had to go buy some more because I ran out. So I'll just add what's left in there. Open up a new one. You can read the instructions and tells you how much to add and whatnot. I pretty much know over time what I'm comfortable adding. So I add about 90 milliliters worth for about a 150 gallon system. I do it on a regular basis, and I change the media about every 6 weeks. I try to. I don't test for it because I've tried testing for phosphates and I can't find a test kit that's accurate. Hard to test for unless you want to spend a lot of money on a very good test kit. So then I take off my tape that I put over top of the tube. Now I add some cotton or filter floss, whatever you want to call it. I buy it cheap. Probably I pay $2. Oh, I paid $6 for this. But if you go to the fish stores, you're going to end up paying $20 or $30 for something stupid like this. So I just go and I just put a little bit in because the Rowa media is very fine and it will go right through these filters, and they don't do too much. They'll stop the bigger pieces, but the fine pieces they won't stop. Now you don't want to add too much depending on the pump that you have putting it through, because it'll actually clog up. I did that once when I have a different pump, a little maxi jet, and it clogged up. So that's about enough. It won't be perfect. You'll still get a little bit going into the system, but I haven't had any problems with a little bit getting in. So then I put that filter back on, put that on, and tighten it up. So now I'll put this one back on. So remember, the water comes in through here and then goes in there and then down there. So it comes in here, goes down through the tube, and then it comes up through the media, so it just pushes the media up and it gets a better flow through the media and then returns into the system. Okay, so now I'll do the carbon.